Hey, welcome to the 17th lesson on C++. Throughout this lesson, we will talk about object-oriented programming, or OOP in C++ language. At the initial stage, OOP is quite a challenging topic to learn, and much may be unclear. But in reality, it's not all that frightening. Therefore, I suggest abstracting from specific, unfamiliar definitions and getting acquainted with OOP in simple terms. Since it's much easier to grasp everything through examples, let's take a robot as an example that we'll try to describe using OOP classes. In this case, a class is just a blueprint of the robot where we describe its basic characteristics. An object, on the other hand, is our entire robot, created precisely according to the blueprint, or, in other words, according to the class. Inheritance is the addition of useful options to the robot's blueprint. Suppose we take a rough sketch of the robot and add lasers, wings, or some armor to it. All these additions will be made in the child class, the main functionality of which is taken from the parent class. Polymorphism is the main class for all robots. And it doesn't matter that each robot can differ significantly from one another. For example, in the main class, we specify the ability to move for all subsequent robots. Then, in the child class, we can additionally specify the ability to levitate for the robot. In another class, we can indicate movement on water, and so on. It turns out that there is a common functionality written in the main blueprint, and it can be rewritten for each subsequent robot. Encapsulation serves as armor that protects the robot. Under the armor patch, vulnerable elements such as wires and microchips are hidden. After covering with armor, which is different access modifiers like protected or private, the robot will be fully protected from external interference. Essentially, we provide access to all fields or variables only through methods. Thus, direct access to the field will be closed. And there's one more nuance. Field and variable are the same thing. It's just that if we talk about a variable outside the class, it's a regular variable. If we talk about a variable inside the class, it is, accordingly, a field. But in fact, it's the same thing. In all classes, methods can differ, as well as fields with constructors. Each class allows creating any number of different objects, and all of them have their own characteristics. Using OOP is very convenient. After all, we can describe all the functionality for a specific action or object in one place. Suppose we are creating a game and need to describe the behavior of a car. We could create dozens of methods, variables, and arrays and scatter them across different files. It might not be bad, but it doesn't sound very clean. Instead of such an approach, we create a separate class, define all the methods, variables, and other details in one place, and based on the class, we can create as many objects as we need. Each object is a specific car. It has common characteristics recorded in the class, but there can also be unique values. In essence, classes and objects allow us to clearly separate different sections of code, describing both specific actions in the project and specific objects. In the next lesson, we will get acquainted with creating objects and classes in practice. And overall, our lesson comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Until we meet again, goodbye.